whenever you're watching this. Brian here again with this week's top tip from Top Books. And this week's tip comes from You Are a Badass. Alright, You Are a Badass. So by Jan Sincero. Now, I actually managed to pick this up in a bargain bookstore. In fact, I don't think it even was a bookstore. I think it was one of these stationery places and things you get jigsaws and all that kind of stuff. And this was there for a couple of minutes. What a bargain! What a bargain! I have to say, great book. As you can see, I've noted quite a few things in it, and things that I have to do. Blue tabs are generally things that I've got to work on, and other things that I like to remind people of. And I've got one in here for you today. And this is something that's really close to my heart actually, because I was guilty of making this mistake for most of my life. Um, not so not so much later in life, not that I'm late in life, but in the last 10 years or so, but certainly before that. I'm now 53, so you work out the maths, up to about 43. Right, fine. I was guilty of making this mistake, alright? And, well, I'll read this out for you, and it'll give you an insight as to what the mistake is, alright? Most people, however, wander through their lives giving the tasteful, candle version of their gifts. They don't show up to the party empty handed or anything. They present their somewhat flaccid gift to the world, receive a warm hug and an oh you shouldn't have in return, but they don't knock it out of the park. For example, they get a job doing something that either they hate or that's a bit of a yawn, but is, okay. It affords them a life that covers the basics as long as they don't go too crazy. They do fun stuff, but not as much as they'd like to, because they don't have the money or the time or the belief that they deserve to. This touches on a couple of things for me. And certainly mistakes I made and lessons I've learned. And being grey, and I'm not talking about the colour of my hair or my shirts around, because I actually think I rock grey rather well. It goes well with my hair. Okay, it's about not allowing yourself to be the full person you are. I've spoken at length in the past about my struggles with being shy up until my 20s and how I kind of overcame that. But even then, in career, I stayed in a career that I saw as safe. I did my marketing degree, did a postgrad in IT quality management stuff, and then I went and worked in IT for a while, and I managed to get back into marketing, and I was in marketing for over 20 years, and I progressed up through it rather well. Every time I got a new job, it was a pay increase, etc., status increase. But it wasn't setting my world on fire. It was paying the bills. And sometimes that's enough, that you're just paying the bills with the job and you get your fire somewhere else. But I think if you're spending that much of your life doing something, and we do upwards of 8 hours a day normally in our jobs or in your business, then you should at least like what you're doing. And the other thing it speaks to me about is this authenticity of not allowing people to see the full, gregarious, gallus person I am. Gallus is a great Scottish word which basically means gregarious and a bit full of yourself, or not arrogant, but confident. Confident, and not allowing people to see that, and not allowing people to see who you really are, and always people pleasing, which was my biggest mistake, and still remains something I have to work on all the time. I'm not people pleasing. I'm not trying to be everything to everybody, like a bit of a chameleon. And I did that for years, and socially I managed to fix it. Didn't do it so well in my career, was people pleasing like mad, and then it obviously led to my downfall in my last employed position, where the wheels came off, because I was people pleasing people who didn't give a damn about anybody else, and were willing just to use you up as they saw fit. So, intentionally or otherwise. So, it's a real lesson from this one. I mean, there's loads in this book from Jen. It's a fantastic book. I really do love this book, and it's one I pull out quite a lot. It's always in reading me in my bag or at the side of me here. It's not put away in the other bookcases. And it's things like that that really speak to me. That say, you could have so much more if you just allowed the world to see who you really are and gave them your true self. Because the people who really matter will be there. All right, the people who really matter, the people who are there to support you, will be there. Who cares about all the rest of the people who don't like you? They'll never bloody like you. Let them go. Let them get lost. Don't be grey just to fit into their wee preconceived version of what you should be. And we've talked enough about words like should and how that induces stress in the past. So don't allow society, peer pressure, or anything else to shrink you down into this wee grey box. You know, if you want to be a wee grey box, fantastic. If you need to be a wee grey box at times, great, but don't live your life there. Be you, who you are, in whatever colour you are. I'm mainly grey these days, I have to admit. Alright, but I like to think that my personality is not so grey. Alright, we're all different. There's a spectrum to this, obviously. Using the colours analogy again, you know, we might be a little bit more vanilla, a little bit more grey at work, but outside you can be whoever you want to be. Let people see who you really are. Even at work these days, I think I'd rather work with somebody who is authentic about who they are than somebody who covered it up, who masked it, and who hid who they were for the world. I think I'd rather work with people like that. It's up to you whether you want to feel the same and live in the same way. So that's the message this week. I'm trying to keep these pretty short, these videos. There will be follow-up questions over in Life Even Better, the community group. You can access from the tabs up above if you're not already watching this in it. This is going on my Facebook page, it's going out in Life and Business, and it's going out in Life Even Better. The follow-up questions are posted in Life Even Better. And I'll put out a couple in the next couple of days. Questions or techniques that you can use as well to hopefully find your true self if you've forgotten it. Because I managed to forget who I really was and what I was all about. What I do now helps me be who I truly am. Somebody who likes to help people, somebody who likes to talk to people. I love talking to people. Coaching's a great thing for doing that. I love helping people through it. I like finding solutions to problems and helping people find their solutions to their problems. I love doing that stuff. So this suits me perfectly in what I'm doing. Not for everybody. Other people are brilliant at other things that I can't do. And it's up to you to find out what you're really good at and who you really are, what you should be doing in life, and what face you want to be presenting to the world. And I would suggest it's your authentic face, your true face, that's not a mask in any way. So that's it from me today. Hope to see you over in Life Even Better if you're not there already. And please do give me your thoughts on this, any comments you have, any feedback. Let me know if you've read the book. Fab little book. It's very easy read, all broken down into nice chapters and things, and I've highlighted quite a lot of it, so I'm sure we'll come back to this book again if we continue this series. And let me know what you think of it and what you think of this thought for today. So that's it. Hope you all have a fab week, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.